Did Robin Hood really give money to the poor? Robin Hood is one of popular culture's most enduring folk heroes. The outlaw from Nottinghamshire is the subject of ballads, books, and films. He has been known to people for 700 years. Did a real Robin Hood inspire these classic tales? Academics have combed the historical record for evidence of a real Robin Hood. In the 13th century, Robhod, Robin Hood, etc. had become common epithets for criminals. The first literary references to Robin Hood appear in 14th and 15th century ballads. The protagonist of these stories was a commoner. A peasant, knight, or fallen noble appeared in later versions. Little John and Will Scarlet were part of this Robin's merry crew. At the time, it meant an outlaw's gang. Maid Marian, Friar Tuck, and Ellen a Dale would not enter the legend until later. Possibly, they were part of the May Day rituals. Christian revelers in England celebrated May Day with plays and games. They involved a Robin Hood figure with near religious significance. Medieval chroniclers took for granted that a historical Robin Hood really lived. However, most contemporary scholars have failed to turn up solid clues. The details of medieval chroniclers' accounts vary widely. Throughout Robin's existence, creators have searched for his new incarnations. They wanted them to resonate with their respective audiences. In 14th century England, agrarian discontent began to chip away at the feudal system. Robin appears as an anti-establishment rebel there. He murders government agents and wealthy landowners. Later variations cast Robin as a dispossessed aristocrat. He has a heart of gold and a love interest, Maid Marian. Drawing on the medieval foundations, authors continued to reinvent Robin Hood. Walter Scott recreated him for Ivanhoe in the 19th century. Howard Pyle changed the legend for a children's book. In 1883, Pyle's work gained a new audience for Robin Hood in the United States. In 1917, author Paul Creswick teamed up with notable illustrator N.C. Wyeth. They created a colorful Robin Hood. He became one of the most visually striking renditions of the tale. In the early 20th century, Robin Hood migrated from the page to the cinema. The tale was reinvented and retold time and again. Stars like Douglas Fairbanks, Errol Flynn, Sean Connery, and Daffy Duck took their turn in the lead role. In each version, glimmers of the original ballads and poems remain. Each new version adds more to the legend of the Prince of Thieves. There was probably no single person in the historical record who inspired the popular stories. The moniker Robin Hood seems to have become a typical alias. It was used by outlaws in various periods and locations across England. There is a monument known as Robin Hood's Grave. It is located in a privately owned woodland. It is 2,100 feet from the gatehouse of the former Kirklees Priory. This gatehouse is still standing. Robin Hood was supposedly staying there at the time of his death. There are other statues of Robin Hood, Maid Marian, and his merry men in England. One of them was unveiled on July 24, 1952, by the Duchess of Portland. This statue stands on the Robin Hood lawn. It is beneath Nottingham Castle, in the remains of the moat, on Castle Road.